it's just, I mean, that I miss. Like, I really miss the PF brunches. They haven't done one of those in years.
No, I never went to one. I missed
Yeah, those were always really, really good. Well, Dan was in PF for
really?
junior PF
really?
3 years.
Good morning. Okay, I guess I'll have to take this cup, huh? I have to take this cup, says Nancy.
Morning. Well, we can throw a cup in the microwave, I guess. That's about as good as it gets.
How are you guys? Hi, how is everybody?
How are you?
Good. What is this for?
Oh, that's his little microphone thing.
Oh, okay.
Oh, look. M for me.
Yes.
For Marcia.
Yes. Wasn't there a kids or something marvelous, Martha?
Oh, all right. I'll let you do it because I hate pushing that darn thing. That's good. I wish we had another one of those.
How you doing?
Good. How are you? I know. Where have I been? Yeah, I'll probably go there today.
Hi. Oh, no, when the doors are open and I can be, I will.
I love it. Oh. I did not get a text from you, so I don't know who you texted, but I went back and checked my phone.
Well, I just checked my phone and I sent texts on Wednesday to you and Katie.
Well, for you, the old fashioned.
One of those lovely glitches in one of those nice glitches in technology. I think out of reach.
Cowboys. Oh.
Yeah. Cowboys.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Anyone? Hello, hello. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the sound system to work, so that's something for the Wednesday work to fix on Wednesday. Thank you. So I'll just quickly, before I pray, tell you what we're going to do. First, I want to thank our special musician at the back, Eric Johnson. He did not know what he was in for when he showed up at church this morning. But thank you. Very accomplished piano player. Thank you, Eric. We also want to thank Jana for taking care of our breakfast. She got up early this morning. She all cooked it all by herself. For Jim and Kathy with the coffee, and Shelby helping me set up and whoever showed up this morning. We really appreciate it. So after the prayer, we're going to get our food, and while we eat, we're going to start this whole conversation, and I will tell you what we do. So please make use of both sides of the lane before we get food, and there's plenty of food left, so don't worry, and you're welcome to get second and third and fourth, etc. So let us pray. Loving God, we thank you for this beautiful day that we can be together in your name. It's hard to believe that we have come to the end of this wonderful year with its ups and downs, its celebrations, its challenges, but more importantly that we know that you have been with us every day, every moment of our lives. We thank you that we have so many blessings that we can share with one another. We thank you for the gift of wonderful food. We pray that you bless the hands that prepared it for us, even though we do not know who it was, that they will have a wonderful day and make us thankful for the many blessings that we get to share with one another. Amen. Amen. Hey, let's eat.
That happens.
Study. So they can see that I'm sure, yeah. They don't- How do I see if there's other people?
No, they didn't remember. They said only two participants, you and them.
Oh, you and who?
You and the screen, I think. It said
Do we have other names up there of other people?
I assume that, I don't really know that. I'll click on participants. Oh, right,
Hi, Betty.
Whoever said hi.
Betty, are you there? Oh, it's still muted, I think.
Go ahead.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. This is Mary Pittman.
Mary, happy birthday again.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I've been so busy trying to get our my son David set up to move down to Hyde Park for 3 months that I've been not even gone onto Facebook yet.
Oh, well, I hope it was a great day. And I hope you got as well.
Yeah, he's going to be doing student teaching in Chicago, so we set him up in a apartment there for 3 months, so he doesn't have to do the drive.
Well, it's not too bad. It's better than out of state, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm going to go grab some coffee.
Thanks for saying hello. Is anybody else on the Zoom?
I think you're the only person on the Zoom so far that we can see, but we are recording.
But you can't see me, you just see my name, right?
That's correct, right? And we're recording it so that other people can look later on.
Thanks, Mary.
So I'm gonna go get some coffee. Okay. Can you hear kind of the background noise of the
Yes.
people at the table? Okay, all right.
See the studio spot. There's some empty chairs there. One side too. Thanks for your help. Hope your boyfriend will be okay. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you again. Bye. Okay, everyone. Yeah. Unfortunately, because we do not have a microphone system, we kind of have to do something we have never done before. That is to keep quiet when someone else is talking and to be quiet when you eat. So now, so what the first thing we're going to do is basically at your table, decide who's going to be your spokesperson. So it doesn't have to be a big fight array or something spiteful. So the first question we're going to talk about, and it, as you remember some of the notes from Co, I gave you a heads up what we will be talking about. When you see the number 1, what's the one thing you miss most that we cannot do anymore? We know that pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, a lot of things changed, but also maybe way back when you started to join the church in 1950, and that type of thing, that's fine too. You can go back as far as you want, and think about the one thing that you miss the most that we as a church don't do or cannot do anymore. And talk among each other, give each other a fair chance, and don't stray away. The group leader, please make sure people stay on topic and stay away from detail that when you tell a story, don't take it back 2 decades ago and then get to the story you want to share. In the interest of time, we really want some discussion as well. Just focus on that one question. What's the one thing you miss most that we cannot do anymore? While you eat, you are welcome to talk about it. Do it now.
Good morning, Co.
Hey, hello. How are you?
I'm doing very good. Got plenty of coffee there? Yeah. Okay. Waffles too, Ralph.
Whenever your group is finished, just show your hand so I'll know. Otherwise, you have 2 more minutes. One minute.
We're in here, but you better be back here tomorrow morning. Okay, everyone. Time is up. Time is up. Okay. Now, where's my preschool teacher? Sue, why do you show the kids to quiet? What's the sign you show them to be quiet? There we go. Thank you. No, so. Okay, I got my assistant here. Thank you, Sue. So this is what we'll do. I'll start with this table, but it's very important that you have the microphone. We are recording the session. So whenever this table is done, you can just pass it to the next table and we have a nice full circle. So you'll be last. Next time we'll start with you first. Okay, so everyone else listen. We have to listen what the other table has to say. And please try to speak as loud as you can.
Okay. We, first of all, didn't find anything, and then all of a sudden we did, which was that everybody seems to really miss the organ and are very appreciative of every now and then when someone's able to come up and play it, like Ellen and, I think actually, Anya did, I think, once or twice, which is wonderful, but that's really missed.
Okay, so the one thing is the organ,
Right.
and it seems that there is something we can do about it. So this column means that we don't have to bury the organ and make some disclosure about it. So it can move to this column that there is indeed something. We have people like Anna and Ellen who can keep it alive, and we will at worship ministry focus a little bit more on how we can, and music and drama, how we can incorporate the organ more in our service.
So for our table here, we are happy that communion came back the way that it was before. We're very happy that we are now doing communion, you know, not in those little cups that are hard to open and your fingers don't work right in the morning. So this table is happy about that. We would love to see an organized kids choir, more kids singing. We think that would be a great idea. We would also like to see the syncobators or some something like that come back, some type of social group for adults come back. We would also like to see the youth more visible in the church. And, you know, whether that's getting the high school kids and the younger kids here and keeping them here. We would also like to see more adult activities for working people after hours, after 5:30.
You kind of jumping.
I am jumping all over. I'm reading the notes, Home Fry.
Yeah, so the question was, what's the one thing you miss the most? Not what
Right.
you jumping ahead to question 4 and 5
Yeah.
and the things you want to see. If you think back, what's the one thing you miss the most? Like, for example, people say syncopators, yeah, we miss that social group, that social on the syncopators. Do you think there's something we can do to bring it back alive?
All right, so let me edit my words then.
Okay.
We miss the kids' choir. We miss syncopators. We miss youth
Just one
being,
thing. Just
well,
one thing.
no,
It's not what
one
we
thing on a
miss, it's
table?
what we can't, it's not what we miss, it's what we
Oh,
can't
per
do
table.
anymore.
Per table, one thing per table.
You can't do anything.
I thought it was one thing per person.
No. So, since we
Now we all have to agree, because that's lame.
everybody gets a chance to say what's the
That's
one
lame.
thing that they miss that you cannot do anymore. In the table decide, each table decide then what's the one thing they all agree upon is the most important thing they miss. So I don't want 5 things. Each table gives me one thing. So you make your choice.
See if I go
What do
robes.
people say, syncopators or
Robes.
Robes.
Robes?
Still two things. You're gonna have to keep it quiet. You want me to do it?
Robes, we would like to see the minister and, choir in robes, but it isn't and can't do anymore. What's wrong, Deb? What?
When you're brainstorming like we are, the one lady can't make any emotion or response to it.
Oh, is there emotional?
Yes.
Oh.
Table number 3, you can see, please you must note that you cannot do any more roads for the pastor and the choir. It's an axe through the pastor, it's not gonna happen.
Oh, it is the choir.
I want you to bury in dead closure that the only time I wear robes would be with the sacrament. It will be communion and it will be baptism. So it's my personal perspective. And so I'm going to continue doing it. So the reason why I do this exercise is that we will not come back to Sunday and hope the pastor will have the robe on. It's not going to happen unless it's baptism or communion. For the choir, I do think it's not my jurisdiction or responsibility. It's music and drama, and we can gladly tell them that the congregation, some people want to see some more use of the robes every now and then. And maybe they can use it when we have communion and baptism.
It was nice seeing them in a row.
You didn't ask us what we missed that would not annoy the pastor, so we're sticking to it.
Thanks, Wolf.
Oh, wait till the next one.
Sometimes we miss things, we think about things, we hope we don't talk about it. But I like, let's use me as an example by saying that this is how I feel about it, and it's not going to happen. I don't think it's the end of the world that you should leave the church because of that.
Yeah.
I want you to know how I feel about it. To me, a robe symbolized Middle Ages, way back then. I do think want to be treated equally as any other church member. And there's nothing special about me. So let's move on to table 3.
I'll pass the mic.
Oh, this is a microphone?
Okay, Mike.
Right behind you. Oh. You need to give it to Deb. It doesn't work.
Stand up and yell.
All right, so we all had our own opinions. So we have several things, some of which have already been listed. But if we had to agree on one thing, we would say the 2 different service times. There's a few people here that really like that 8 o'clock because they're morning people. And then there's a few others that are just loving this 9:45 thing. And we would really, really, really like to go back to 9:30. Are you guys next?
Yep.
What, the first one?
We heard what you say, and we refer it back to worship ministry, and get a list of things so that we will look at worship times and that type of thing. So somehow it doesn't have to be something we bury. We open about that as well. Table 5.
Okay, we had some of the same things here, but we have a unique one that is coming in the front door. The front door is important to a lot of us, and if those doors are open, it's a welcoming thing. And we have in the past had people come in off the street or from the neighborhood. So
how can we fix?
Unlock it.
Unlock the door.
We should unlock it.
The door.
It'd be nice to maybe have a greeter there.
Yeah, you need
Yeah.
a person there. You need a guy there. Oh, we used to always have a greeter.
Yeah.
One of the ushers was.
Is anyone willing to be at that front door on Sunday?
If I could do
Everything.
one more thing on Sunday, I would do that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the point is the thing that it's locked, it's because of security. So to protect Jim, if he's off that Sunday, I mean, for one, there has to be at least something to peek through to see who is at the front door. So to make it safe to the person. So it's definitely possible. So it will
I think it's an overreaction.
Yeah, I think.
So most of these things are things that we can pay attention to, so we kind of have this feeling some. And I know some of you will be waiting for the next question. What's the one thing you didn't enjoy or was a disappointment for you in our congregation in 2023? Now, I know some of you may have different experiences, and what you feel might not be the same as the next person. So we may allow one or more than one thing at the table. But if you think about 2023, what's the one thing that you did not enjoy, or what was the biggest disappointment in our congregation?
I got one.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk.
Okay,
I got one.
Go ahead.
In the journal, when they had all the lists of the churches and what was going on, ours was tiny.
Oh.
And I remember when I was at the Shepherd Church, I remember there was a lady that never went to church, but she would always go to the Christmas Eve service. Every year she would show up, and it's the only time we ever saw her. And I think a lot of people, and I was a little disappointed with the turnout at the 11 o'clock this year. I mean, there was a lot of nice people there, but the fact of the matter is, you know, I remember when we used to fill the place.
Oh, yeah.
And I think a lot of people go out sentimentally to, and
We did have a pretty good turnout at the Christmas service.
I did.
We sat in the front, so we couldn't tell.
Was there? We could see how many people were there.
Yeah.
So more people went to the 5 o'clock. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
so.
yeah.
We usually go to the 11, but our kids were here.
Yeah.
A 1-year-old and a 6-year-old,
yeah.
we didn't want to
You
go. We didn't want to go, and they,
Right.
Sam loved putting the Christmas on the
Oh,
tree
yeah.
2 years ago when they were here. And again, he got to put the angel on top of the tree and turn the lights on. Up on wow. So
Yeah.
he did that 2 years ago, and he did that again this year. So it was like a big deal for him.
Yeah.
It was very exciting.
And that's why I came, because of him 2 years ago.
Yeah?
Really?
Do they
So,
go to a
did I
church
miss,
where
what
they
else
live?
did I miss?
No, not really.
What else did I miss?
We're just talking about the Christmas service and Sam.
All right, but we're getting off topic here.
We are.
We will run out of time.
Well, what are we disappointed? Let her finish.
Well,
Her mom
that's
is
one.
a minister. Oh. She grew up in
I was a little disappointed. Some people are a little too sensitive, and they forget that this is a congregational church. We have a lot of different people that have different opinions, different ideas, and you can't filter out other people's ideas. You have to hear other people's ideas.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to work with it.
Like since COVID, since we came back, the negativity seems worse.
See, there is a lot of negativity.
And I think all.
Any group, Rudy. Any group, not just this church.
No, yeah, that's true. No, it's not just this church.
I was in the community church for 35 years.
Since it is a church, people should be aware of that.
Yeah.
And especially in a church, you should live by the golden rule.
Right.
Well, I think a lot of the churches in general are having trouble getting people, maybe part of it is political, but it's just in general, I think people are less, younger people particularly are less, interested. And and a lot of the reason we came back in the churches when I grew up was the social issue.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe a group for young social group, they don't want to go out with us old folks, and we don't want to be with them,
I think it's hard to pull people in. I don't know how you go about creating
I think
something.
we have better luck getting people our age, like people bringing their friends or their relatives or whatever. Because we're more
I think we ought to focus
ingrained
on
in church life.
the active
Even
members.
the people we have.
But the young people are us people that have no younger people somehow getting them to come, because when we're gone, there's nothing.
Yeah.
I closed the church already.
And it's not just our church, it's
Exactly. It's all
organized religion in
But
general.
you know, when
people
they
just
do
aren't
come, other
interested.
people do come in, is that second time around sale,
Oh,
is a
yeah.
big craft show.
Yeah.
They will come into this
It's a
building
big draw.
at that time. So I think those two things are important.
Yep.
We tried
That's
to
why we keep
address
doing
that
it.
years ago. We had a handout, a brochure. This is a church and this is what we do. Nobody bit. Nobody. Very disappointing.
What was that?
Nobody accepted what we had to say. They were not interested.
For what?
For when they came in the building to vote and to do the second time around sale.
Literature.
Yeah. No, it's hard to promote, and I mean, we've done some, like the trick or treating, I think was more of a community activity, certainly not our own kids. And a lot of people came, but, and we also have
Well, the
preschool
Easter Bunny
still.
too. They come for the Easter Bunny, but they don't stay to the church.
Right. They just
We had Family Life, which was a bunch of young people that had young kids. They came, they raised their kids, they're gone.
I was in Family Life. I'm still here.
Yeah, we were. We raised our kids here. You raised your kids here.
No.
Oh, you
We moved
joined
when our
after your kids were
half
grown up?
grown.
Yeah, we raised Stan.
Oh, Ralph
we
raised
joined
his
the church
kids
when he
here?
was a baby. I was in Family Life until it disbanded.
Yeah,
And
okay.
kids move away, and they also have their own interests.
Yeah.
And Wendy Ellis is still here. She was in Family Life. I can't think of anybody else. And Grace, but they don't come.
No. I had a hard time getting used to more casual dress.
Oh, yeah, I can believe that.
When I grew up and we went to
Catholic,
church.
they have to dress.
You even ironed that shirt this morning before you came.
What?
You ironed that shirt this morning.
Yeah, I lay on the bed at night.
It slipped on it.
I learned to do that in the Navy. It was either you ironed it or you
My
paid
least
somebody.
favorite
I wasn't gonna pay somebody.
She likes iron.
Yeah? I don't like the iron and I don't like the stuff.
I like to sew and I like to iron and I hate to clean. And guess what I got for Christmas from my daughter? A vacuum cleaner.
Wonderful.
It's my request.
Whoa.
A lightweight, you requested it?
Whoa,
very quickly.
Just let me know how it works out.
I have a small one about that long.
Yeah, let me know how it works out. I want to
Works
replace
out good.
something like it.
It's pretty handy. It's pretty good, actually.
So table 5, you'll be table 1 now.
All right.
Okay,
What do we decide on?
yeah,
Not enough.
the first thing that came out and didn't really get superseded by anything else was the publicity being too small. Specifically, ads in the journal were much smaller than other churches.
Yeah.
Which,
Who knows why?
well, it costs. It's expensive.
Yeah.
So they don't do free publicity for the church?
No.
Not like they used to.
I thought they did.
Yeah.
Well, because they probably get, put down that they're favoring a certain
Well,
denomination or something.
Political. I mean, there were other things discussed.
Well, a good thing it was at least in the newspaper, so.
It was at least in, and the times were right.
So
Yeah.
the challenge, hopefully we'll have more money to do bigger ads, so we can keep up with the Joneses and have the ads and other places, right?
Well, it's also, I mean, it's different now. Not everybody gets a newspaper. We don't get a newspaper.
How do you hit people that aren't reading?
I guess we're going.
I also don't like the newspaper, but I also realize it's not what I like, it is the audience for newspaper. That we have to keep in mind, even if you reach one station. Yeah, my line is huge. Like this. Okay, so the main thing is, the one thing that we want to see is maybe a bigger budget of publicity in printed media, because I think we really good in social media. So table 2.
Now we're 2, we were 3 before. Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
You need to.
You got it.
We got it right here. Okay. So we did not enjoy not having walking communion. A lot of people felt that they really did not like the little cups and all that. So, and I know we changed it at the end of the year, and that's great, but for most of 2023, we didn't have that.
We didn't have it.
And then passing the plate for the offering, that is definitely missed. And then,
Only one.
Yeah.
oh, all right, can I get one more? Okay. This has to do with technology. I guess the idea of putting more microphones strategically around the sanctuary was supposed to improve sound, but some of the older people especially feel that it doesn't do that because it creates dead spaces where you can't hear anything. So there's too many dead spaces for sound in the church, and they can't hear. That's it. Just not loud. It's just not loud enough. The sound. Good morning.
It does enhance when people watch online. Before we did that, you could hear the congregation in the background. Very, if you remember how it sounds. By doing this, the people at home can actually hear the congregation more sing. But, I mean, we can look at it, I'm not sure what's the solution. Of course, it will all come down to money. We can put microphones that hang from the ceiling, and it's out of everybody's way and that type of thing. As you know, since we started the way we are today with technology, with live streaming, we made some progress. This was an effort to kind of make sure people at home, we will never have really good sound quality at home because we stream to YouTube and they compress sound. We don't have a highly professional channel to say, so to say. So no matter what we do in a sanctuary, it will never ever be the same as on TV. So we try to kind of, by placing the microphones, make sure that the congregation is basically sing, or you have at least better sense of being part of the singing. I'm not sure what would be a solution, but we definitely need a placement of the mic that created it.
Part of the problem is people don't necessarily know how to use the mic, right? So they're too low, or they'll be turning their head and not moving the mic, which is safe.
Or there's people talk and you hear you cut out.
But I don't know if this is a word, but one of the things that came up on that subject was if people feel it's not as worshipful when we're focusing so much on technology, it
want to do the technology part as unobtrusive as possible. It's not about the amount of people. Typically, you have a very small amount of people that watch in real time and they go and watch it. And the fact that we have few people does not mean they're less important. So we also want to create a worship experience for people at home and who watch it. So, but I will definitely talk to Scott and we can think about the microphones. I mean, that's one reason why we had the TV up front, and if needed, we can push it back against the wall. The cameras we have is more, so our sanctuary will still look like. So, and, yeah, our field talk at worship and music and drama, we want the microphones, cameras, everything. Table 3.
Table 3. So we have some did not enjoy and some disappointed. One of the disappointed was not singing all of the verses of a hymn. Maybe we could sing more of them. You know, if there's 6 verses, we wouldn't want to do that. Okay. The other one, more of a did not enjoy, and I know this has changed last couple of months, but originally passing the peace sign, something that wasn't enjoyed by everybody. And then another disappointment is really that more people aren't volunteering to help with the online streaming or the soundboard or just in general volunteering. I know a lot of people volunteer. I know a lot of people can't do it because of physical reasons and not being able to get up and down stairs, but that's our take.
Our biggest disappointment in the congregation is not being a welcoming or friendly church, especially to new families.
I feel at home here.
So I'm sure some of you will disagree about it, and some will agree. It really depends on your experience. You have a new person here. Would you say, how did you experience our church welcoming?
I was talking to the ladies here about it. That's what brought me back every time, was how I feel at home here now. And it's a wonderful feeling. And I haven't found that in the church or churches that I have been to.
So, I mean, it gives us hope, because if we were able to do it right with some people, we definitely don't do it right with all people. So, and it's very.
I just want to wish you all a happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Are they new here?
I go to church upstairs.
What is upstairs?
The note of welcoming community.
For another congregation to meet, a smaller congregation to meet.
But the fact that it's brought up must have meant that someone had a really bad experience. But it's very important that we are very intentional of making sure people are welcome. And I know some people go out of their way after service to go and say hi to people and invite them to coffee hour. It's something small that we all can do. And just, the worst thing we can do is have new people, getting them here at coffee hour, and I've seen that a couple of times, then those new people are there standing by themselves. And it just tell them we were good at getting them here and hoping someone else would take over. But I do think it's all of us, it's our responsibility to do that. And just, how are you, where are you from, what did you do?
You know, it wasn't a responsibility, it was genuinely coming from the kind people of your congregation.
Yeah, And I mean, this is one of the things that will always stay on the agenda, is that we have to focus on it, yeah.
Just to go back to the subject of the Graceland entrance and new people, if you've been here the last month or so, we've had a young family that's visited 2 or 3 times. And I called them yesterday, because I didn't know if they were getting your notes yet, so I wasn't sure if they were, I didn't want them to show up at 9 o'clock and have nobody be here. But anyway, I think they plan to come back, their child is sick today. But the point is, the couple times that they were here, they came in the Graceland entrance, because they didn't know about the west entrance. And Code told them about it after the 3rd time. But I mean, I think all the more reason for opening up that Graceland entrance again, because if you're new, you don't know there's a west entrance.
That's right.
You're gonna come in that
Especially if
door.
you're new.
And if it's locked, I mean, how welcoming is that? So.
Debbie, what is their last name? What is their last name?
Their last name is Fetters, F-E-T-T-E-R-S.
Check. Okay. We got that. Table 5.
Like table number 3, the peace sign was something that was brought up, as people did not like. And, the other was, playing more familiar songs that generally people are familiar with, especially around Christmas time when there are so many songs that there are to be picked from.
Okay, now that's something we can do about it. Okay, I'm gonna make a nice report of all these things that we talked about. Now we get to the good news. What's the one thing, one highlight that stood out in our congregation in 2023? What's the one thing you enjoyed most? What's the one highlight or the most wonderful thing of this past year? What's the good news?
Number 3.
What's the joy?
I like Go Now in Peace.
You what?
I really like our tradition of Go Now in Peace.
Yes, I think
that's such a tradition.
Were
That's
you-
taken away. I
the
really
little thing
like
at the end of the right, or you look behind you. Yeah, but it is.
You know,
It is. Good morning.
a lot of people have mentioned that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yes, it is. It was taken away for a while.
Why?
Right? I don't know.
Yeah,
But I remember when
Charles
Tina,
like that anymore.
and when Tina took over, she started to do it again, and I was like,
Yeah, automatically.
and everybody, wow, we have been doing it, it had been kind of a tradition, everybody liked it. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anybody have something that's my, like, hot topic?
Yeah.
What else do we like?
Everybody did that to me.
What's a highlight?
The choir.
One of the cantatas that we heard, the one before this one, the one before this one. Oh,
But
it
that was
wasn't
last
the
year,
year,
that was the year
was one
before.
of them. My problem is I can't hear.
How old were you when you?
Oh, I think that is a highlight. No, I think that is a highlight.
I get to know
I
more and
like
more
that.
people.
Absolutely.
I mean, we kind of all pull together.
I like that.
Feeling of
Is it
accomplishment, and we
Second
all.
time round sale.
Perfect.
That really is, a second time round sale brings us together. I totally agree with you. That was a good one.
All different times, I don't know if I'm going to, like a regular beer doctor. Thinking that was one of the better places to go, but I don't know anymore. But, they're not helping that much. Not that much, no. If you got a mic that's holding right here, it's better than if it's down here, because I don't. Right. But I miss it awful lot.
Anything I can take here? Can I have this?
Yeah.
I mean, for the sound system that we had, the sound system within the church, it was brought up. That is a problem. The sound system. A lot of people have hearing aids for starters, so it's not easy to hear to begin with.
It's hard, but you know.
You know what?
I watch the people that I enjoy.
I have a great idea under number 4, which is, what we'll hope and dream, we can have a sound system where more people can hear.
I think
But
there's
there's
an
an
open
open
dream.
dream. What?
Well,
do
we
a tough
did, but we can
application.
still have it as a dream. Well, I could have taken my
Highlighting.
5,000
We are
just.
highlighting this.
I should have taken my 5,000 and given it to the church.
One of the other questions,
Nan
Mom had.
Okay,
is one that I heard.
there's one other one. This one's, what is the highlight?
$299.
This is one is the highlight, and this one is what
That
are you
very
hoping
close
to
friend
see happening in our
married
church?
before he passed away, and he got them in.
What if
It's like
we
just not better.
Well, she didn't have a highlight.
I don't know, I gotta go see it.
Write a little
No, because I hate the batteries, they're always battery low.
Does it make a noise?
Yeah.
It's like
and we focus
And then she tells you your battery's low.
I think that's
In your
very
ear.
good.
Or if you set it down. Eventually.
Okay, we can put that under 4. Yeah, no, I think it's good, yeah, all right.
Maybe I just can't hear the
Why?
But I do, I miss a lot of it. That's my, I'm wondering,
So-
yeah, no, it's.
I wanted to ask her, excuse me.
Maybe that would fit under 4.
Do you have like a certain night during the week where you practice the choir?
table one
At what time?
Um,
Can I get in?
Okay, we had 2 quick things. One is go now in peace. Everybody loves that.
Right.
And the second one is the second time round sale, in that it brings us together. We know one another in a different light. So it's a real positive.
What did you write down?
That's the second time around. CA.
Oh.
I'm fast.
Oh, sorry. That's it. This table enjoyed the community outreach, especially the backpack project, feeding people, Project Survivor, that type of thing.
Okay, this table, the special musical concerts, both of cantata, I knew it was that kind of day, and the Bell Festival. The other one, again, and we now serve from downstairs. We serve 20 students. And then the generosity of Relay for Life. Thank you for your generosity for all of that. And I need to put a plug in for the backpacks. We need food because we're packing for 20 students, so we keep supporting us down there, please. Thank you. The Bell Choir. Right. Sorry about mispronouncing that.
No.
Your turn.
We had multiple things. Someone suggested that the streaming, despite some of the drawbacks to streaming, he thinks the streaming has really been beneficial for those who aren't able to get to church. So it's a good thing that we're able to do that. We also said go now in peace. That was kind of a unanimous. We hope we keep doing that. And then our music program in general, but specifically the cantatas and the talents of Scott and Anya, we think really add to what we have to offer. And then something I just thought of, but I've always enjoyed it, and this is, Sue came up with the idea of the trunk or treat. And we've done that the last couple of years, and I hope that that continues, because that's really been trunk or treat at Halloween.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Well, the first thing that came out was the cantata with an emphasis on the potluck afterwards. Everybody loves potluck. And then the other thing was the re-energized PF. With the addition of a second leader, we have seen a huge increase of PF presence and, participation, so, this is a good thing.
You people is our youth group.
Yeah, they're bringing a lot of friends, which is good.
The point is, we have a lot of things to be thankful for, things that's going well, unlike things that we would not like. Now, let's quickly talk about the things you hope to see in this new year in 20. What's the one dream you have for our church, or the one thing you hope to see in 2024?
More people, yeah. More people.
Well, that would be nice.
Yeah, that would be nice.
But I
That's
would-
probably the hardest thing to do.
Yeah, I'd like to see the people who aren't coming or stopped coming to come back.
And there's a lot of like middle-aged families, like the Friars, the
It just
Olsons,
made me walk away.
that whole group.
Yep.
Once
That-
COVID
that's
hit, they
what I
never
was
came
referring
back.
to, is that they
Oh, yeah, the
disappeared.
Friars.
Yeah.
There were like probably 8, 10 families in that age.
Friars still live in Disappointment?
Yeah.
I see her walking by our
Oh,
house
you
all the
do?
time with the dog,
Oh.
because we live right on the park. Okay. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe I'll send
Yeah,
you out
the Friars,
something.
Olsons, Farrells,
Brian was on the search committee.
I think there's gotta be, I can't think
But
of.
maybe send something out to address them specifically, and I don't know how you do that.
I'm pretty sure they know.
Yeah.
They just have
Like,
something better to do.
the Thomases came to the Christmas service.
Yeah.
Kurt and Kirsten and.
Yeah.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, their
Because
extended
that's,
family.
Frank Potempa's sister-in-law,
Oh,
brother-in-law.
yes.
It's Karen,
Yes.
it's Karen Potempa's sister.
Yep.
So they all came
Yeah,
to the
I
Christmas.
didn't get a chance to
But we
say
hadn't seen
hello
them
to Karen.
in a long time. Well, Karen and Frank, they moved way out,
I know.
so they hardly ever come, but Kirsten and her family still live right in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah, he moved way out. Way out into the, well, the city was after them to sell their lot.
They lived over
They
by the
lived over
river.
by
Near
Big
By the
Bend.
river.
Oh.
That was all floodplain in there.
I bought it for my friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
The city condemned, like that
how we
whole
met 'em.
neighborhood.
We drove down there, it was weird, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's,
There were some holdouts.
I'm guessing,
Living
Yeah,
there still
some
are a
people
few.
raised
like
their
a
house.
hotel.
Yeah,
Raised up their
pretty
house.
expensive game.
2 minutes.
Still got it. Anything else? More bodies?
More bodies is gonna be a problem.
Yeah. When I
You have to
signs
provide
out
proof.
for a second time around, see, I get more people questioning me about.
That draws a lot of people to
Yeah,
the church,
and
but they
I-
don't like come back.
I wonder, here's an idea.
Explain to them what
I
it's
wonder how
about.
many churches are
And they
similar to ours,
think it's
where they
great.
have less people.
Well, it has a great
And
reputation,
you
because
put 'em
once the
together.
tent goes
Well,
up.
yeah, but I
Well,
think,
like Frank Church,
I mean,
the time-
that's been talked about. It's like,
but
okay,
nobody
but
wants, who's gonna
whose
give
church
up their,
becomes
who's
the
gonna
church?
give up their.
Yeah, well, that's the part.
You know, and it's
Well,
like,
yeah, to be
oh, that
fair,
would be great.
you know, as a Swedenborgian, we don't have a church. Now, I was always hoping the Swedenborgians could become UCC.
There aren't any.
Well, this,
But we don't have enough people. We might get some, but.
And then,
But
does
the-
anybody know how
church-
many?
the church that's in there right now,
Right, exactly.
they sold their
What
building.
price membership,
Yeah.
And
price
now
church,
they're
their
meeting
membership
here.
is now.
Yeah. Yeah, but maybe.
My
a
friend
group of-
died.
I mean,
I
I
was
used to
over
know
there.
people that went there, but one of them moved
'Cause I-
away, and the other one I haven't.
But I
If
mean,
we
if
were
I was
part of-
looking,
If we were part of,
I would imagine
they've got a
we
very
have
nice
people and we have money. It's a very wealthy church, and the funds will outlast this.
Karen.
The
He's got the
Sweden-
plan fixed.
Well,
so
yes,
that
and
if
the
the
whole
secretary
church,
doesn't answer, he has to answer.
They
But
went on.
They're nice.
but they.
I mean, we haven't been there
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
because that's
But-
our scout troop member.
Oh, yeah.
He was a scout leader for 6-7 years.
Oh, yeah.
Dan was in scouts, but that was when Dan was like 5.
Some members in other congregations.
Oh, there,
Yeah, that couple. He had issues.
Your turn, Rudy.
Oh, we're going first again?
We'll start with table 1.
Okay.
Gotta go.
The big one was getting more people back in and figuring out how to get the COVID dropouts to come back, and what kind of activities can we do to get people to come back to church? Did that cover?
I mean, we lost a lot of members that were very active, like the middle-aged,
Yeah.
People, probably at least 6, 8, 10 families who stopped coming to church during COVID when everybody did, but they never came back.
That way. Well, I think there's some people that are watching it on TV,
I don't
but
think
I don't think it's those fans. They're watching something.
Okay.
Yeah, we definitely lost more people after COVID than you can see who's watching live stream afterwards. So that two numbers doesn't add up. So in my mind, coming to church is very much a habit. And it's not a bad habit, it's a really good habit. A lot of people, and once you, post the pandemic, you got in a different type of habit and you stayed in bed and watched online. And so if we can focus on just doing things that will get people back to church, create that positive habit that we're also, like having this nice breakfast. Food.
Yeah.
We talked about potluck and we talked, people, opportunities to be part of the congregation. So yes, we have to focus on that. This table.
Two things. Something was brought up, I'm trying to put this in it would really be neat if somehow we could have the members have a sentence of why did they join the church, and within that, a focus on how could we change behaviors or results from that focus. Did I explain that okay?
Very good.
All right, okay. And very big thing, which is Anya. Love her, our focus and hope and pray that she stays with us in 24. Not that I think she's not going to, but I think, she's just really an important part of what goes on in the service. All right, we have where did Cole go? Marco.
Locking us in.
Okay. Our idea for 2024 is to rewrite or renew the mission statement and become a welcoming congregation.
We had 3 items, 2 of which were already covered in table 1 by Kim. One, we would like to see a larger congregation on Sunday. 2, we would like to see more social events for adults. We have a list here, but the number of people who are going voting, I'm not sure. And 3, they would like to see a pictorial directory that covers the entire congregation. That's it. Thank you.
No, you can do it.
All right, we had several things. We would like to see more variety in the music that we sing. Some of us really like the old hymns. Some of us really would appreciate new music. So just more variety in what we sing on Sunday. More young people, more families in the congregation, more people in general. Of those people in the congregation, we'd like to see more people volunteering. It tends to be the same people that volunteer for events and ministries and so forth. We'd like to see the 4x8 come back. It was a good way to get to know people in the congregation. And we'd like to be able to reach out to those people that haven't come back.
We did, I still remember going to your house.
Which is 8 people.
Many
You're saying you'll meet at someone's house.
So,
4 paid for it.
unfortunately,
And then they just
we
talk.
do not have the time to discuss this in a big group, but I will put this together in a nice little report, and I'll send it out via notes from code. So I'm sure that some of these things we will refer to the different ministries. One of my goals was for this service today is when we talk about it at worship, is that it's our congregation. It's not a single one ministry. The most important thing is all of us, our concern is that we want to be welcoming and friendly. We want new people. We want a place for people to feel at home, and this is their spiritual family. We want to be effective in how we do our outreach, our worship, our music, and this gives us a little bit of accountability. When you do an evaluation as a staff person, it's not always nice to hear the things you don't do good or you need to improve on.
Yeah.
But the wonderful thing about accountability is if you do it with people you trust, you know it's about honesty and it's about sincerity, and if they want one thing, they have the congregation best interest at heart. And we realize that we cannot do things that we have done always in the past, and we realize we cannot always do things the same way we have done in the past. If we want to reach our dreams, if we want to achieve our goals, we may have to do our ministry a little bit differently as well. And this would be our challenge for the new year, is to really see, yes, we've done this in the past, but these are the basic principles that we would like to see in a congregation. What can we do to achieve it? And this will be our goals for the year. Next year, we're going to do the Sunday after Christmas again, and we'll look at these things and see if we have made any progress and moved anything forward.
I just would like to add, I think this was a great idea, Rachel.
Yeah.
It just burst, spontaneously burst at worship ministry meeting. And we said,
You had a lot to do with it.
no. Thank you for coming. I do want to share quickly just joys and concerns. So I have to come in. I have learned yesterday that Kevin Donaghy's mother passed away. Kevin Donaghy at the young age of 99. And he said it was nice, the whole family was able to be together.
Oh, I see.
So please keep his family in your prayers.
My dad fell and broke his hip.
Oh, no.
One tray of food left on the plate after he was here.
Yeah, please help yourself to the food on your way out, and thank you. Leave the tables as is, just you can take the cups and just clean up everything. Let's have a closing prayer.
All right.
Loving God, we thank you that we can be together in your name. We thank you that we could worship together, even though it was a little bit different. We thank you that we are the body of Christ, and it teaches us that each one of us is very important and that we need each other, and we do. We pray that we thank you for the year of 2023, and we thank you that we can move ahead with 2024 with you as our head. We pray this in your name. Amen.
How is it? Trying to get involved in the women here?